Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fabulous. I've got questions for you. What opens with Issa having car issues, and what closes with Issa having hoe issues? Go to hoe. How to go? Car, transportation to hoe. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Thanks for clicking on the video and sticking around for my recap of how we got from opening to close on season 2, episode 6, Hella Blows of Insecure on HBO. Let's go. Let's go. So we got Issa waking up. She appears to be late. She is rushing. She's moving her car. Is it alternate side of the Park Street? Alternate side of the street parking. I know they used to have that in New York. Maybe they have it in LA, because she just seemed like she moved from one side of the street to the other. But there are some guys watching. One of the guys is like, "Hey, your bumper about to fall off." Issa's like, "Thanks." Mr. Obvious. Thank you. I didn't know that. Then we got Molly at her desk at work. It's dark outside. Dro is calling. Molly doesn't want to answer the phone, but she goes ahead and picks it up. Dro is very chit-chatty. Molly is kind of weirded out. And she's like, "Am I the only one tripping because we had sex?" And Dro is relaxed. He cool. He business as usual. Friendship as usual. He just calling to confirm tomorrow. Just chill, girl. Molly does confirm tomorrow. And she's like, "I got to get off the phone because that's my mom on the other line." But Molly gets off the phone. She don't take her mama's call. And then we see Issa. She's on public transit. And Issa's shirt says, "FBI killed Fred Hampton." This wardrobe that they have for all of the characters is speaking, but I'm really fascinated with how they have styled Issa, because I feel like it says so much. Not just the t-shirts, but even like the button-up shirt, the asymmetrical button-up shirt, how she is styled just really adds a whole nother layer and dimension, or layers and dimensions, to her character. In a way, I know people talk about the music. I guess I'm probably not musically oriented, but definitely the visuals give insight into her character, that sometimes her words or actions. How these children be knowing about people like Fred Hampton? We don't see her studying. She ain't in no study group. Are her parents politically conscious? I mean, who is this child? What? She got it in college? What's the story? Okay. So she looking mean on the, when you're on public transportation, a lot of times you gotta have that, because she looking at a guy and he look over and she looking, you gotta kind of have that hard face. You don't want nobody to think they can just get up in your face. Like the other day, I was on a bus. I haven't ridden a bus maybe in 25, 35 years in Detroit. I rode a bus someplace. But anyway, I thought I had, in my mind, I already had my water bottle in my hand. My water bottle was made of stainless steel, and it was full of water. And it's kind of like, if I have to back you up off of me, I will. But I'm trying to just get downtown. I don't want to be fighting. What? But anyway, you got to be ready. So she got that look like she ready. Okay. So on her walk from transit to her apartment, Issa is texting. She trying to hotate to her neighbor bae, and no response. So we see her at her place. She's scrolling through her news feed or whatever. She sees this explosion that's going on. She like, I could use this explosion. Some event is coming up. She checks, sees that her neighbor bae's light is on. So she changes clothes and gives herself a "go get that peen" mirror pep talk. And she checks her edges. Her edges are straight, unlike mine. But she checks her edges and goes to Eddie's. That's neighbor bae's name. Who keeps Issa outside. She like, and he's like blocking the door. And he already has lady company. And he eventually closes the door in her face, like, "Okay, well, bye." And she's like, "Bye." And she's still standing there. He closed the door, and she like, womp womp. Hoeing ain't easy. Womp womp. Okay, so then then there's a little mini scene with the Target guy. Oh my Lord. He talking about, you going to Target? She like, no. He like, I just need some B-Nex and some Borax bleach. It's silly. I'm sorry. Okay, so then we see Lawrence. He's pitching at work, and it seems to go well. And one guy asks, well, what are those shoes? They're fresh, which is kind of weird because he was not making a presentation on shoes. So while I'm making my presentation, you looking at my clothes, and that's all you're going to ask me about? We see Issa and Molly at the car shop where Issa's trying to get an estimate for her bumper repair. Is that all that's wrong with the bumper? And then Molly is trying to process the Dro situation. And, it comes out that they getting together. Molly and Dro, she like, I'm just going to talk to him then. And Issa's like, you getting together with Dro tonight to watch the game? What game? Oh, the Wheelers. Oh, yeah, I have that hat. I'm like, that's me in sports. I'd be like, oh yeah, I saw a t-shirt that said New York Knicks. Is that baseball, basketball? I don't know. But Molly seems to really be in the sports. I guess that's something that she and Dro have in common. Have they always had this pattern of hanging out, going to sports bars, or is this something new? Because it seems kind of like that's their regular pattern to me. But Molly is still on that travel to Morocco tip, and then talking to Issa, she kind of downgrade to Montego Bay. Like, we can't go to Africa, maybe we go to the Caribbean. Then to Miami, we can't leave the country. Maybe we go someplace tropical in the country. Then Monterey, California, we just someplace in our state. And Issa is frustrated. She don't have the $5,500 to fix the car. Plus men. She says it is my rotation. So when I call, they need to bring over the pain. The peen. I don't have to be with nobody else. I'm barely effing anybody else. Shoot. I know I'm not Rihanna. Sex with me may not be amazing, but it's like, okay, I do that again with her. It's like, is it Miko or Nico? It's that Miko. He the problem. I didn't get him in line, and he causing everybody else to get out of line. And then they at the food drive-thru. And she make her order. Used to make her order. Then she say to Molly, get whatever you want. It's on you. She's so silly. Get her, Molly. Get her. Then we see Larry Lawrence back at work. He's talking to his brown colleague. Have we met her before? She's kind of racially ambiguous, but they definitely seem to have a cultural flow. And I think her name is Ampara or something like that. I guess she's a Latina. So Lawrence is excited about how well the presentation went. The colleague explains why it was not a hit, but a miss. You need to tweak your expectations, she lets him know. And Lawrence is like, nah, you just don't want me to be great. And he leaves. Then we see Molly. She meeting up with Dro at the sports bar. And she trying to talk, and he's diffusing the whole situation. And then the next thing we know, they in bed having sex again, and to hear him say it again and again and again and again and again. And then we see Issa letting Nico into her place with her half naked behind. She got her bra and her booty half exposed, her little behind. And then Issa is like, you like this skirt? It's short. It barely covers anything. Well, too bad, because it's coming off in a minute. She is on a mission to get him in her rotation. And she's playing, I guess, the dumb blonde. She's cute. And then he's like, oh, well, this artwork. Issa don't want to talk about no art. She like, artwork. She like, here, have a drink. Let me turn on the mood music. And then she kissing him. Miko was like, that kiss was nice, but we should go on to dinner. Oh, no, it's nothing wrong with me, he says, because she asked him if he have an issue. He like, no, it's nothing wrong with me. I like you, and I don't want to rush. I want to get to know you. So you coming to dinner? And Issa's like, no. And then he leaves. She like, gone. Womp, womp. Oh, it ain't easy. Womp, womp. Then we see Molly and Dro in bed. They in the afterglow of their sexcapades. And now I notice he want to talk. He ain't want to talk about what was up before. And Molly is trying to get clarity about this whole open thing. And Dro is basically like, you know, we can keep talking about it or we can be about it. What you gonna do? And then Molly kisses him. So I guess she gonna be about it, not talk about it, not get clarity for you, girl, Miss Ladybug. Not you, Bella, but Miss Molly. Okay, so then we see Lawrence following up with his bosses about his whoop pitch. And his colleague was right. They are not here for his app, but they are here for his blackness and his coolness, though. And they want him to keep his ideas coming, and they love his perspective, and he brings a lot to the team, and they are excited for Lawrence 2.0. And to get the name of your sneaker supplier. So then we see, that's the end of that scene. Then we see the 4 girlfriends at the Sexplosion. And it's fun. There's a conversation about blowjob tutorials and blowjobs. And Tiffany is a dick sucker, a penis sucker. And Kelly is like, no. Issa is like a no by default, just because of discomfort, and Issa feels like it may be a little bit too intimate to be, you know, putting her mouth on somebody's penis. And me and Tiffany are both like, but you put your JJ is less intimate than your mouth? Girl, no. And then Issa feels also that if you give a guy a BJ, then that guy thinks that you a hoe forever. And Molly is basically, her position is she'll return the favor. So if they do her, she'll do them. She ain't gonna initiate, but, you know, and Tiffany continues selling blowjobs. And at first it's kind of like everybody's like blowing her off like she's light-skinned, she half white, she been around all these white people. She don't know, she don't understand or whatever. But Tiffany continues to sell her perspective, and Issa's imagination does seem to be captured by Tiff's power and control through a good BJ argument. So Issa's, you know, trying to get people in that rotation. That might be a tool she could use. We see the wheels turning. Then we see Molly at work, and she's still not taking her mama's call for something that happened 30 years ago. They've been together 35 years, her parents, and she upset about... Okay, so then we see Lawrence. He's following up with his colleague, the racially ambiguous one, Arnapa, Latina lady. And he's like, you know, you were right. He tells her woo-woo is dead, and they bond about how their boss doesn't want to offend them. Him as a black person, he thinks, and her because she has breastises, and they bond by teasing each other. They kind of have a moment. And then he initiates this teasing each other about their app babies. She had an app called Drive By, and his was Woo Woo. So she teased him about the owl thing, and he teases her about Drive By, like was the ringtone, like gunshots. That's not funny. Let's not joke about that. Then we see Issa in the studio with Daniel listening to music. They're making out, and then she initiates a blowjob. Then we see Molly in the tub. We see Dro on the edge of the tub. They're having some sex play. He gets a text from his wife, Candace. He's got to go, but he says, you stay. Dinner is on the way. The room is already paid for, and I'm free next week, and I'll call you. And it seems very much like she's like the other woman. Like his wife calls, and she just there in the tub, hot, bothered. His ass has gone on to his wife. She got food coming up, but no companionship. So anyway, then Daniel, we're back with Daniel and Issa and the BJ, and Daniel comes in Issa's face, and Issa freaks out. She is mad, she is offended, and she leaves. When she gets outside, she holds tissue to her eye. She's waiting for carpool. I guess this is some other app. The ride comes. They like, hey, what's a carpool? Can you turn it on some black music? And Issa's just looking out the window. Hoeing ain't easy. Womp womp. That's the end of the episode. It was a great episode. I thought it raised some interesting issues. I don't know what your experience. I haven't had the whole white women, black women BJ thing isn't really in my experience thing. So I don't know you know, that might ring true for some people. But I thought it's all, they do a good job. This is an excellent show. I'd give this episode a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was great. What did you think? What did you enjoy most? I thought it was really funny. Of course, I can't capture all the humor. I think that's all I have. Please subscribe if you are not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, I love you to pieces and back again, back whole again. If this is your first time visiting with me, welcome. If it's not, welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Share this video with everybody that you love and everybody who's fabulous in your life. And today is the best day ever. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous, you.